Hello, India.
Hey, what's up, India?
Welcome to Movie Community
I'm
College.
Ajay Devgan, and welcome to my crib. I'm sitting in for the professor.
That's Jeremy.
And I'm Ajay.
I'm
was in
Tish.
Singham. Don't make me give you the Singham slap.
You wish.
Right on your butt. Oh, I'm gonna spank your butt. Oh.
Listen, after what you said earlier, you're lucky you're still sitting here next to
Now,
me. Okay.
this is probably going to be a Bollywood 100 film.
Oh, really?
This is supposed to be an important film.
It's on Netflix.
I just saw it's new to Netflix.
Yeah, I know.
I did a trailer reaction to this scene called Namaste London, Why We Say Namaste. And it was probably the first video I had that was like over 40,000 views or 50,000 views. I'm sure because you are everybody's favorite foreign aunt that it should do better. So here we are with the greatest actress in the world, Katrina Kaif.
She's not
and,
the greatest actress in the world.
Kumar looking kind of dapper with the peroxide
Akshay
hair.
Kumar. And this does have English subtitles.
It does, 'cause
I
you're
promise
looking
you.
at
We're looking right at them.
The swear word, Dad is here.
They start off with a swear word, yep.
Let's take a look at this.
Okay.
Oh, John. Jazz, this is Mr. John Pringle. He's got an old connection with your idiot. His great-grandfather was a high-ranking officer of the East India Company.
Great.
Oh, really?
Oh, this
Hi.
is my fiancée, Jazz.
Jazz? Isn't that a kind of music?
Oh, my.
So when did Indians have such fancy names, Charlie?
Actually, it's short for just me.
Jasmine.
Oh, then Jazz must be your attempt to be one of us.
Oh.
That's one smart girl you've got there, Charlie. And I don't blame her. She doesn't want to be known as coming from the land of snake charmers, right? Tell me, Jazz, do they still do the Indian rope trick in your country?
No, Mr. Pringle. And it's actually not just the land of snake charmers. Right, Charlie?
Yes, it's not just a land of snake charmers. It's also a land of chicken tandoori and call centers.
Obviously.
You know India's not just all that, right?
Of course, my dear. India's not all that. Fortunately, Charlie doesn't know. But I do. Winston Churchill once said, if we ever left India, it would be run by the goons. And my God, it is.
Oh, my goodness.
If you'll just excuse me.
Certainly, my dear.
मुझे बुरा लगा क्योंकि मैं इंडियन हूँ, लेकिन तुम्हें क्या हुआ? तुम्हें क्यों बुरा लगा? तुम तो ब्रिटिशर हो। खैर छोड़ो, तुम कहीं की भी रहने वाली हो, रहोगी तो तुम इंडियन ही ना। चलो।
कहाँ?
उसके परदादा ने कोई और इंडिया देखा है। असल इंडिया की सैर करवाते हैं उसे।
Mr. Pringle, he would like to tell you something about India.
I'm all ears.
नमस्ते सर, मेरा नाम है अर्जुन सिंह। 5000 साल पुरानी सभ्यता की वजह से हम हिंदुस्तानी सबको ऐसे ही झुक के प्रणाम करते हैं।
When we greet one another, we fold our hands in Namaste because we believe that God resides in the heart of every human being.
ऐसी सभ्यता जिसमें एक कैथलिक औरत प्रधानमंत्री की कुर्सी एक सिख के लिए छोड़ देती है और एक सिख प्रधानमंत्री पद की शपथ एक मुस्लिम राष्ट्रपति से लेता है, उस देश की बागडोर संभालने के लिए जिसमें 80% लोग हिंदू हैं।
We come from a nation where we allow a lady of Catholic origin to step aside for a Sikh to be sworn in as Prime Minister by a Muslim President to govern a nation of over 80% Hindus.
आपकी मातृभाषा अंग्रेजी पूरी दुनिया में सबसे ज्यादा हमारे ही देश में घसी जाती है। और आपको शायद ये भी नहीं पता होगा कि अंग्रेजी के ज्यादातर शब्द संस्कृत से लिए गए हैं। संस्कृत का शब्द मात्र अंग्रेजी में मदर बना, भ्रातृ बना ब्रदर, ज्यामिति बनी ज्योमेट्री और त्रिकोणमिति बनी ट्रिग्नोमेट्री।
It may also interest you to know that many of the origins of your words come from Sanskrit. For example, Matru becomes mother, Bhratra becomes brother, Geometry becomes geometry, trigonometry becomes trigonometry.
आपको शायद ये बात दिलचस्प लगे कि हमारे यहाँ 21 भाषाओं में 5600 अखबार और 3500 मैगजीन छपती है, जिनको पढ़ने वालों की संख्या 12 करोड़ है। आपके देश के मुकाबले में कई ज्यादा है।
We have 5,600 newspapers, 35,000 magazines in over 21 different languages, with a combined readership of 120 million.
चांद तक पहुंच गए हम, लेकिन अब भी आप लोगों को हम हिंदुस्तानियों के हाथ में सिर्फ सांप की बीन ही नजर आती है।
We have reached the moon and back, but yet you people still feel that we have only reached as far as the Indian rope trip.
डॉक्टर्स, इंजीनियर्स और साइंटिस्ट की गिनती में जनाब हम सिर्फ 2 मुल्कों से पीछे।
We have the third largest pool in the world of doctors, engineers, and scientists.
ये थी दिमाग की बात। अब करते हैं ताकत की बात। दुनिया में तीसरी सबसे बड़ी फौज हमारे यहाँ, आपके यहाँ। फिर भी मैं आपके सामने झुक के आपको प्रणाम करता हूँ, क्योंकि हम किसी को अपने आप से छोटा या कमजोर नहीं समझते। नमस्ते।
Maybe your grandfather didn't tell you that we have the third largest army in the world. And even then, I fold my hands in humility before you because we don't believe that we are above or beneath any individual.
कुछ और खूबियां भी है हमारे पास। वो सब जानने के लिए मैं मनोज कुमार की पूरब और पश्चिम की डीवीडी आपको भेज दूंगा। इन्हें दे दे।
And Namaste.
Okay, so when you first loaded this up, I told you I think Rishi Kapoor is in this.
There he was.
There he was.
Rishi Kapoor just clapped your performance, Kumar.
Yes, that is true. Okay, where to start? How arrogant.
I would have kicked that old
Oh,
man's ass
I know.
right there.
I was waiting
I would've
for
punched
Kumar
him.
to come up and just punch him.
I would have laid him out,
I was also
dude.
waiting for Katrina
And then
Kaif
I would
to
have said,
slap
"This is
him.
for the founding fathers. I got 5 of them right here, George."
What I'm wondering, though, is how did she not know she was engaged to such a buffoon?
Such a racist. Dude.
I hope she doesn't
This-
remain engaged
this-
to him.
I'm going to watch this movie. We're going to watch this movie.
Yeah, it looks really good.
And to see this Namaste London, it strikes me odd that Indians live in London and kind of want to go to London. To me, it would be like being Jewish and wanting to go to Berlin. Like, the horrid fact of the genocide that happened of 65 million Indians, I find it counterintuitive. I have hard feelings against the British over the founding of our country, which was 200 some years ago. Mm-hmm. This is relatively recent. I mean, this is
I
our
understand.
great grandparents. You have
Right.
people who
I
are
understand
alive
what
who are
you're
under
saying.
British India.
I understand
But
what you're saying.
I'm also a rebel, and I'm also always looking for a fight everywhere I go.
You're also kind of a grudge holder.
And I'm petty, but I am India's co-protector.
I am looking at it from a slightly different perspective. I do understand what you're saying, and I respect it, and I totally get that. But I think
Did this clip make you angry?
Oh, of
It made
course
me
it did.
angry.
Yeah, of course.
And it's this anger that we have watching that, I think, is why we have some success on YouTube. It's because I think we identify with this injustice. Go ahead. I yield the floor, Madam Speaker.
Okay. What I was going to say is, I think that as time goes on, it is natural to realize that is history, but that doesn't have to mean that informs all of our decisions in the present and in the future. For example, we have friendly relations with Japan. But World War II in the Pacific was only stopped because we had to drop 2 atomic bombs.
Fat Boy and Little Man.
Yes, we had to drop those on Japan to stop them. Wasn't something that people wanted to do. It wasn't a pleasant thing to have to do, but it had to be done. Now, would you have imagined that in this short period of time, just a little more than 70 years
That's a
later,
great point. That the Japanese would want to be here.
Yes,
No, it's a great
and
point.
yet
great
we have
point.
friendly relations with them. Just because something happened in the past doesn't mean that you have to stay that way your entire life.
Although it's a little different, your example's a little different because this would be somehow India bringing Great Britain to its knees, and Great Britain kind of then wanting to like.
I'm not saying that the analogy is complete in every aspect. What I'm saying is you can go through horrific things and yet realize this was history.
Not his story.
We don't have to hold every single Britisher to account for what Winston Churchill did to India. Just like
that attitude that guy had, though. You
it's,
know, they're just so
it's smug and
racist, so
pathetic,
whatever,
but
dude.
that kind of person, okay, they're everywhere. They're not just in England. People like that are everywhere. You see racism everywhere, and it's in all cultures, it's in all countries, it's in all societies. It is true, it does exist. However, once upon a time, there were a lot of racists in America too. Okay, we only need to go back to the Civil War to see how racist America was. But I will tell you that because there were more non-racists than there were racists, that's why the Civil War was decided the way that it was. Good prevailed. And now, 160 years later, 150 rather, years later, when you walk the streets of America, you see something totally different. For instance, when on Independence Day in the evening, when I went to watch fireworks with our son, this is what I saw where we were. There were white people, there were black people, there were Asian people, there were Mexican people, and there were not a small amount of subcontinent India.
And I missed it. I wish I should have been there, dude.
They were all around us, and I was so excited because this is why they call America the melting pot. Now, once upon a time, that wasn't true of America, but it is now. And so maybe that will be the case with England. And so I'm just saying, we don't have to make every Britisher pay for the sins of their ancestors. And so maybe that's why you do have a lot of Indian people that like to go live in England.
Very good. Once again, your logic prevails. Good job. Good job, Shorty.
Right on. Bye, India. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm just
Okay.
trying to get to the stop button.
I told you I'm going to be in
Then
charge
stop
of
it.
that.
Stop
okay.
it now.
Bye, India.
Is this real life?
Yeah, this is real life.